All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying this program, this training on copywriting. All right, in this video, in this module, I'm going to be sharing the different types of copywriting formulas that you can use in your copy, and how to create an irresistible offer. All right, how to create an irresistible offer. That's the first one we're going to talk about before we start talking about the different types of copywriting formulas that we can use in our copy. And we're actually going to be talking about the most used one, and yes, the most frequently used one, and how important these formulas are. You basically see it everywhere, but you probably didn't know that this was the formula that was being used. Without further ado, I would want us to delve straight into my computer, start sharing my screen so that we can get started. I want to believe that you are seeing my screen right about now. All right. Okay. Before now, the other training we talked about the 13 powerful steps in writing a powerful sales copy, a powerful sales letter. And this time around, I want to talk about how to create irresistible offer. First of all, we want to understand what an offer is, right? An offer is basically the different pieces of elements you put together to make a prospect buy your product or your service. For example, this phone is a product, right? If I have two shops of people who sells this phone, and the first one tells me, buy this phone for 90,000 naira, and buy this phone for 90,000 naira, and it goes ahead and tells me it has good battery, it has this, it has good camera, and the rest of it. The second shop tells me, hey, can you get a phone that would give you, or maybe first of all ask me, what do you want to use the phone for? I tell the person, oh, I want to use it for my online classes. And it says, okay, online classes, so which means basically you're going to be staying online for long, and which means you need a phone with a good battery and a phone with a very good camera. A battery that will be able to last long for you, for when you're actively online, to last you for over 7 to 8 hours, and when you're not actively online, it can actually last you for maybe 2 days or 24 hours when you're actively online, and over 72 hours when you're not actively online, right? And brings out this phone and says, okay, this is what you need. You need a phone that would help you stay online, be able to deliver your best online, and give the best to your online students. Be able to stay online and don't have a phone that will disappoint you when you're in the middle of a training or a class and the phone goes off, and you're able to capture your moments in a very glaring, beautiful moments in camera. And if you buy this phone right now, I'm giving you a 1-year guarantee that nothing's going to happen to it. And even if anything happens to it, just bring it here. I'll change it and give you a new one. No question asked. In addition to that, I'm going to give you, this phone ordinarily does not come with a charger, with an earpiece, with an AirPod or an earpiece. Basically, doesn't come with any of it. But I'll give you a charger, I'll give you an extra battery, and I'll give you an extra original battery. I'll give you a charger, and I'll also give you an earpiece. The price is 110,000 naira. And I'm looking at it. Every other thing you've mentioned that you're going to give me the phone, and for the next 1 year, nothing will happen to it. And if anything happens to it, I should bring it back. You're going to change it for me, no questions asked. For real? Yes, for real. Even if after I've used it for 6 months, yes, for real. Okay. They're giving me a free charger, original charger, that I'm going to use to charge my phone. Yes, for real. An extra battery for free. Yes, for real. Charger free. Yes. And an earpiece, an original Samsung earpiece, in addition to it. Yes, for real. Which one are you going to take? I bet you're going to take this particular offer. The difference is 20,000 naira, but the human mind is not going to make you remember that difference. You're going to look at the service, you're going to look at the connection, you're going to look at the offer. Offers are very important to your product and service. I am not saying that offers are freebies. Offers are not freebies and premiums and bonuses. No, those are not offers. Offer is giving your prospect and adding element that makes the purpose why your prospect is buying a particular thing easier for them. For example, one of my courses was, not really was, because it's still currently selling. One of my courses is how to help affiliate marketers and small business owners to sell off their products and services. Basically helping them to learn how to sell by following up. Strategic means of following up and the kind of things to tell their prospects and their leads to make them put their hands inside their wallet and bring the money out, right? Some of my bonuses in that training, I understood that, okay, people find it difficult to create content. They find it difficult to create content that they will send to this prospect. So I showed them how to create content. I gave them a content guide. I also noticed that people will run out of content ideas, like they could post today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, and they don't really know what to post again. I gave them a content calendar that shows them how they can post for 365 days, different things, different topics, or different content buckets, pillars they can send. I also understood that before you can even start sending anything to your prospects, in the first place, you would have understood the kind of prospects you got, which you would have gotten from audience research. But most affiliate marketers and small business owners don't do it. So I understand that they have a challenge of doing audience research. So I gave them a means for them to, I showed them a means for them to do audience research and be able to get valuable data about their audiences. I showed them how they can, one powerful way you can actually create or sell products is being able to create products in a way that you write stories, you're able to write stories, and the stories would help you, will help you be able to sell, right? Writing powerful stories that will help you to sell. So I show them how to write stories. So it is you basically looking at anything that would help your target audience achieve a particular goal, helping you achieve a particular goal, and looking for things that you do or products that you would add to help them to achieve that particular goal. And that is why you need to understand how to learn to create complementary offers. You cannot be selling a television and you're offering someone a book. Those two things doesn't really go. They're not complementary. All right, they're not complementary offers. So let's delve deeper. We've gotten an idea of what an offer is. Let's go deeper. So right about now, we are going to be talking about how to create irresistible offers. The first thing you want to do when creating an irresistible offer is to clearly understand your target audience. You see that everything is basically connected. One of the most important things is to clearly understand your target audience. Know who you're writing to, know what they want, what the things they are going through, their challenges. It all still boils down to understanding your audience and doing audience research, right? So identify your target audience, understand who the offer is for, and tailor it to their specific needs and challenges. Right? Tailor it to their specific needs and challenges. Number 2, you have to clearly define the offer. So this was supposed to be the first one because this is the first thing you do. Identify who you're writing to, understand who the offer is for, and tailor it to the specific needs and challenges. Number 2 is you have to clearly define your offer. Make sure the offer is specific, it is clear, and it is easy to understand. So whatever you're offering them, you're telling a client, you're telling a prospect, you're telling a lead, you're telling a business person, whatever you are telling a customer, your offer must be clear, specific, and easy to understand. If you're telling them that I am giving you a 1-year warranty on this, I'm giving you a free battery in addition to this phone you're buying, and I'm giving you a free earpiece, right? It should be clear. It shouldn't be vague or ambiguous or somehow complex that the person would not understand what you are trying to give to the person as an offer, right? Make sure that your offer is specific, it is clear, and it is easy to understand. Going forward, you want to be able to use some sort of urgency in your offer. So create a sense of urgency in your offer. Use language and timing to create a sense of urgency and encourage immediate action. These things are part of creating an offer. You must have seen situations where you're online trying to buy something and they tell you flash sale, only 24 hours. Flash sale for just 24 hours. And you see something like original price $200, flash sale price $149. So they've slashed the price and they're telling you it's only for 24 hours. What are they trying to tell you? They're trying to give you time urgency. Or you've seen a situation whereby they tell you just 25 pieces remaining, and currently this product is being seen by over 500 or 1,000 persons. So hurry and act now so that you don't miss out. That is a product scarcity offer. All right. So you need to understand that you use urgency, either use your language or your timing to create urgency so as to motivate people to take action to buy. Number 4 is you learn to use social proof. Social proof is very important because it moves people to want to take action. Nobody wants to be the first person to have taken action about a particular thing. Nobody wants to be the first person that would have bought something and be the scapegoat to go and try that thing or test it. No. People want to know who else have used this stuff. Who else have used this stuff? Has it worked for them? Am I going to be the first person to use this stuff? What if it doesn't work for me? What if? But when you have social proofs like testimonials of people who have used your products, your service, and the amazing things they are saying about your product or your service, it gets to give cold audiences or the people you're trying to pitch your product to have this confidence in your product and in your service, right? And most times it is not only having your own testimonial. Sometimes it could be case studies of what has worked for you. I remember one of Nigerian popular internet marketer. Before he started his program, his internet marketing program, I'm talking about Caleb Onika, an amazing guy, someone I really, really admire. His idea of when he created his program, he held a free webinar, and that webinar was a case study, right? It was a case study of how he made over $100 million. 100 million naira in, I don't know if it was in 2 years or in 1 year. I cannot really remember, but it was a case study of how he did it. So he showed you, he invited you to the webinar to see how he did it and how you can also be like him in doing it. So you can use testimonials, you can use case studies, and you can use statistics to build trust and credibility. All right, statistics could be anything happening in your industry, a very big news happening in your industry. Maybe as an affiliate marketer, you could talk about how the affiliate marketing industry, how much it was worth some years ago, how much it is worth now, and how much it is projected to worth in the next 5-10 years. This is a statistics. It shows them that, this affiliate marketing is actually the next big thing I should be concentrating on, right? So moving on. Make it visually appealing. Use images and design elements to make the offer more attractive and engaging. All right. So you want to create images when you're creating your offers, especially on a sales page or when you're actually writing a social media post. So on your sales page or your sales letter, you want to make your offer to be attractive and engaging. Use images. All right. The next one, you want to optimize for conversion. When making an offer, use clear calls to action. Make the offer easy to claim and test different versions to see what works. Now, this is what I want to say about this. There are some people that are selling some certain things on the internet, and they make it very difficult for people to claim their offer. I've been guilty of this in the past. You tell someone, okay, click here to buy now. The person clicks there, it takes them to another page, which is not exactly where they are going to be buying. They need to tell you or show you. They need to be able to do one or two things to see if they really want to buy. The person fills his details and clicks OK, It takes them to another page again. Like, it's just so cumbersome. Make the offer easy to claim. If you're directing them, if they've read a sales page and you're saying buy now, click here to buy now, or I want this now as a button, call to action button. As they're clicking that button, the next place that button should take them to is a place where they can put in their credit details, or where they can get to call you and place the order. Nothing so cumbersome, nothing complex, nothing tricky, and that is just it. Very easy, and you make it easy for your prospect, because people are impatient. They don't really have a lot of time. They don't have that time to come and click here, and be moving around in seconds. They have things they are doing, and attention span is drastically reducing. And if someone tries to do something the next milliseconds and he really didn't get what he wanted, he has closed that page, he has moved on, because come to look at it, you have competitors and you're not the only one selling that stuff. You must have seen that ad or that sponsorship in somewhere else. He would stick the action somewhere else, which is basically easier for him or her, and bid you farewell. So you want to understand that your offer needs to be clear, needs to be easy to claim. Test different offers that would work for you. All right, test different offers that would work for you. If you try a particular angle of an offer and it's not giving you a desired result, test another angle of offer. Just check and see the one that gives you a continued result. Okay, now learn to follow up. That's the last point in creating an offer. Learn to follow up. Keep in touch with the customers who took the offer and continue to offer them more value. Now, this is one part a lot of people really do not do. Most business owners find it difficult to actually do this part. It is quite a challenge to do this part. All right. So always learn to follow up. Always learn to follow your prospect up and keep in touch with them. Right. In creating irresistible offer, you also need to understand that, like I said initially before I started, understand what the prospect needs to get to achieve his goals. If I am going to be buying whatever I am going to be buying, let's say I want to buy okay, let's use the example of the weight loss. Let's say I want to lose weight, belly fat. I want to lose weight. Maybe I'm a woman, I want to lose weight. Or we'll use the instance of a woman who works in the bank and she's in her 40s and she wants to lose weight. You ask yourself, what does this woman need to achieve this purpose? Meal plan, different types of exercises, motivation, therapy, different things. You want to think about things that will make it easier for the woman to achieve this goal, and you could tweak it and create an offer that will make it almost impossible for the woman to say no. We're moving over to copywriting formulas. We have different types of copywriting formulas, like different type of it. And most of these copywriting formulas, you must have seen them, and you've seen them, people use them in action. They're all basically doing the same thing, which is getting a reader's attention, keeping their attention, and ultimately moving them or pushing them to make a buying decision, right? So you have AIDA. AIDA is a very old copywriting formula. Some persons still use it. It stands for attention, interest, desire, action. It's a very classic copywriting formula that helps guide the structure of a sales pitch. It starts by grabbing the reader's attention, building interest in the product or service, creating desire for it, and ending with a strong call to action. Right? So it is, once you've done your audience research, we talked about something like this, but we didn't really give it a structure like this. But you also understand that attention is your headline, interest is your hook, The desire is in the body of your copy, and then the action you're telling them to take is in the call to action. Attention is the headline, interest is the hook. So you should understand what these things mean already, because I have videos for that. Attention is the headline, interest is the hook, desire is the body, and action is the call to action. Then you have pass. I talked about this pass initially in one of the videos. Problem, agitate, solve. Even when I was showing you the 13 steps to writing an irresistible sales letter, I talked about pass there. Identify the problem, agitate the pain, and then provide the solution. It's a formula that focuses on the customer's problem, highlighting the pain points and negative consequences of not solving it, and then offering a solution in the form of the product or service being sold. That is pass for you. You could use pass like, are you currently overweight? Currently weighing this, that. Do you know that you stand a chance of being this, losing this, falling sick, and that, and this, and this? And if you don't get to solve this in the next couple of time, you would experience this or experience that. Negative things. But today is your lucky day, or today is your most fortunate day. I've got a solution for you that's going to make you not to experience that if you take action now. Now, this is problem, agitate, and solve. And by the way, this formula was used upon me a couple of years back, I think in 2019. Although nothing was sold to me. Okay, yes, something was sold to me. An idea was sold to me. I didn't used to be this structured or slimmer. I used to be very well fed and overweight. Basically, I was weighing over 110 kg. Yeah, over 110 kg thereabout. I was really overweight, and then I used to work in the bank, and most of our lifestyle then was very much sedentary, and we had, or let me specifically say about myself, I had no time for any form of exercise, or so I thought, that I didn't have any time for any form of exercise. I would wake up very early in the morning, I'm off to work, I'll be at work, and I come back pretty late in the night. And I would sit on my desk and eat, and I hardly move around. It was a very deadly lifestyle, all right? But I didn't know at the moment. So at the time, at the bank where I was working, a lot of persons were, dropping like flies. So the bank did a compulsory health check for everybody. Everybody was to report to the central medical section, and everybody was going to be taking tests and finding out the health status. And one of the things you need to do the moment you come to see the doctor is to check your weight, check your height, check all those normal things, your temperature, your stuff, and all that. It was a point where I checked my weight, because before then I wasn't really checking my weight. At the point where I checked my weight, and I saw my weight like 100 and I think 110, 115 thereabout. I couldn't remember. Even in me, I was like, wow. And the doctor looked at me and looked at how much I was weighing. And then when I was done climbing the scale, he asked me to sit down, and he asked me how old I was. At the time, which was like almost in 2019, this is 2023, this is basically like about 4 years ago. I was just stepping into my early 30s, and he said that this is dangerous. That do I know that in a couple of months, or maybe a year maximum, if I don't do something about this, I stand the risk of getting stroke, stand the risk of getting stroke, diabetes, and probably heart disease, and the worst case scenario, death. That very day was a very, I don't know, I felt very, very scared and worried. And that was how I started my weight loss journey. How? Why was I able to take that decision? Yes, I knew I was overweight, because at that very time I was constantly getting tired. I couldn't even walk long distances. I was getting tired. I knew I was overweight. I knew I needed to do something about it, but I didn't really have a strong reason, a strong why to do that thing. But it was that very day, problem, agitate, and solve was used for me. He stated out the problem for me. He agitated it by telling me possible negative things that could happen to me. And he told me that the only way for me to solve this, he didn't really sell me a product, but he sold me an idea. And the only way for me to be able to do this, he said, I need to watch what I eat, I need to exercise, and I need to drink lots of water. And so that was how I started watching what I ate. It was not an easy thing, because sometimes I could eat something that you would feel it is just so funny for someone to eat something like this. Very small, in small proportion. Sometimes I could just go do just moi moi and vegetable, and that's just it. Sometimes I could just do cucumber and carrots and some other little fruits. The annoying thing was that after eating, I was still very hungry, but then I had to stick to the plan, because the agitation of the problem of what I could possibly face was constantly ringing in my head, and I wasn't ready to have any heart disease at the time. I wasn't ready to have diabetes. I wasn't ready to get attacked by stroke. And worst case scenario, I wasn't ready to die. So those reasons kept pushing me, and in 4 months, I dropped about over 40 kg, because I know I came down to about 70 or 70 something kg. And over the time, between that time to this very moment, I've maintained my my weight between 75 kg to 85, 86 kg. It doesn't get to exceed 90 kg though. So I try to keep it at that minimum just to be able to stay healthy. So these formulas work if you learn how to use it very well. Then you have the before, during, and after formula. It's a simple but effective way to structure a sales pitch by highlighting the customer's current situation before, the benefits of the product or the service you're trying to use or you're trying to sell to them, and the positive results achieved after using it. Most times, people who use this are people who are into the online, they make money online niche, and also people who are into the health, the fitness niche, weight loss niche, right? Before, during, and after is, you could paint a picture of where someone is at the moment. Let's say we're doing make money online niche program or product, digital product. You could paint a picture of where the person is right now. Are you currently struggling to make ends meet? Are you currently struggling to do this, to be able to take your family out on a vacation? Are you currently struggling to even get a personal ride for yourself, to be able to do, mention the problems that the person, based on research, the person will currently be going through. And then when you've talked about it, and you could talk about how life would be, the benefits of your products. Maybe you're teaching them how to do email copywriting, and you know that email copywriters earn this amount of money, and their clients currently looking for these persons. If you are able to take me on this product, on this training, I'll be able to show you how to do this. I'll be able to show you how to do this, how to write simple emails that can give you $500 for just 500 words. I'll be able to show you this, I'll be able to show you this. And if you are able to do this consistently for the next 6 months, you would have been able to become a very good email copywriter who would have clients chasing them up and down. And then this is where you now come over to the afterlife. You could say, imagine what life would be for you having 10 clients who are constantly paying you over $3,000 on retainership. When you multiply $3,000 by 10, that gives you $30,000 monthly. Imagine how life would be for you when you're earning $30,000 monthly. Worst case scenario, what if you're even earning half of it monthly, $15,000? What would you be able to achieve? Travel to the country you want, be able to live the kind of life you want, be able to take your family on vacation, be able to ride the best cars. This is before, during, and after formula. You've painted a picture of where they are, what your product can do for them, and how life will look like after they've used the product, the positive result they would achieve. This is before, during, and after formula. People use it a lot. Most persons use it for weight loss niche, and most people use it for the make money online niche. Depends on the product or your service you're selling. You look at the formula that works best for it and be able to use it. Then you have the features benefit formula. It's a useful way to organize the information presented in a sales pitch. It first lists the features of the product or the service and explains the benefit that those features provide to the customer. Most persons who use this are people who sell physical products, right? Amazon does this a lot. Because Amazon sells lots of physical products, so they do this a lot. So you could, an example of where you could use this formula could be, let's look for one. Let's say you are selling, let me use the example of this phone, right? Now, the feature of this phone could be that it has 8,000 mAh battery life, right? NPH battery life. 8,000 mAh battery life, that's one. It has, the rear camera is 13 megapixel and the front camera is, okay, let's say the rear camera is 20 megapixel and the front camera is 13 megapixel. That's two. That's the second feature. Remember, we talked about features and benefits and what it means. So we talked about two things now. What else again? What is again? Fine. The third thing is it has an internal memory of 8 gig. Now, these are just features. What does it mean to me? Yes, your phone has 8,000 mAh battery life. So what? What does it mean to me? How does it affect me? It has 8 gig internal RAM size, or internal gig. Let's use gig. The internal gig, not 8 gig this time around. I actually meant to talk about the internal memory without the memory card. So you're having over 500 gig internal memory, right? And then lastly, you're having a rear camera of 20 megapixel and 13 front camera megapixel. So what does these things mean? Now, this is how you can make it become more attractive and turn features into benefits. You could say our 8,000 mAh battery life stays for 4 days. This can help you to be online, chat with your family and friends, connect with your friends all over the world for as long as over 72 hours, even if there's no NEPA lights. Now you've connected the feature of the battery to the benefits and even connecting it in an emotional way. So you know that humans, we buy phone because we want to stay connected to our loved ones. And one of the major problems we have as Africans, as Nigerians, is having the problem of light, electricity. So if you're telling someone that the phone is 8,000 mAh, you've converted that to what it means for them. It means that even if they don't have light for the next 3 days, the phone will still be on. That is a benefit for them. Secondly, you're telling the person that, hey, the phone has 500 gig internal memory. What this means for you is that you're able to capture beautiful moments, You'll be able to download movies that you love. You're able to take photographs, videos of you and your beautiful family, and you will still have enough space to be stored in your phone. You don't even need an external memory card. This is a benefit. You've converted 500 gig internal memory into a benefit. And lastly, you could talk about the 13 front camera megapixel and the 20 camera megapixel of the rear view camera. You'll convert this by saying you get to capture beautiful moments and in high definition quality pictures that it will look like you went to a studio to snap. And years down the line, you can look at these pictures and be able to post them on social media without any filter, without any editing, and to look absolutely beautiful. These are emotional connection. You've connected the size of your memory card, the size, the life of your battery, and the quality of your megapixel of the camera to the benefit of what the person would get once they start using the product. That is Fisher's benefits formula in copywriting, and most times we use this in physical product descriptions. You could also use it in digital products, depends on the digital products you're selling. Then you have the why, how, what formula. It's a powerful copywriting formula that focuses on the reasons why the product or services is needed, how it works, and what the customer can expect to achieve by using it. All right, so it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. Why do you need this? How does it work? And what you expect by using it. I'll use the example of this ring light. I've been awake since a little around 4:40 something a.m. and everywhere is pretty dark. Having electricity issue, current fuel issue. Even if there was fuel, I wouldn't even want to turn on the gen this very early. I have a challenge doing that sometimes because of the noise. So everywhere is pretty dark, but these ring lights makes it easy for me to record these videos and you're able to see my face. So someone who knows my problem, maybe I'm scrolling through the internet and I'm seeing an ad, I already have it in mind to get a ring light before, and I'm seeing an ad. This person itemizes the reason why I need a ring light and states these things that I just said. Current issue of light, fuel, and everything. States the reason for me and tells me how I can use this ring light, in a very simple, easy way for me to couple it, basically, and assemble it, rather. That's the right word, to assemble it and then start using it. And the person goes further by telling me what I am going to expect by using it, after using it. So clearer videos, brighter videos, talk about the benefits and what I'm going to expect using it. I am definitely going to want to purchase it because I need it, and he has successfully been able to show me why I need it, how easy it is for me to be able to assemble it, and what I'm going to expect. You also use you sell physical products using this formula, and most times it is this formula that makes people to sell products, maybe fashion product, another kind of product, and then you experience something like what I ordered versus what I got, right? Because they've given you why you need the product, how it works, and what you're expecting to use, and then on receiving it, what was being told to you is not exactly what you got, and it's not even working exactly the way you were explained to that it's going to work. And even worst case scenario, you wouldn't, in the first place, you are not even able to assemble it the way they said you could easily assemble it. So these formulas work. It's pretty important you understand these formulas before you start writing a copy, before you start writing a social media copy, web copy, a sales letter, whatever kind of copy you want to write. You want to understand the formula you want to use first in your head and be able to tailor your audience needs. Most importantly, your audience needs in this copy. because you are writing for your audience, you're not writing for yourself. So this is what you need to understand. All right, guys, I am pretty sure you've had an amazing moment for this copywriting training. This copywriting training is, I don't know, you just tell me your experience. Remember that on each section we've had assignments and exercises that you are to do. For this module, I'd like you to create an offer for your products. Remember, I've given you exercises in the past on how you should create your headline, write your copy, and the rest of it, write your sales letter. This time around, I want you to look at your product or your service. Look at it very, very well. Ask yourself, if I am the one who wants to use this product or the service, what do I want to achieve? Write it down. What are the things I want to achieve? If you write them down, ask yourself, what are the things I need to achieve this goal? What are the things? What are the various things or the various elements or the various ideas or the various components of the things I would need to achieve this particular goal? Write them down. Whatever you're able to write down, whatever you're able to think and write down, that is how you're going to craft your offer. Those are the things your target audience would need to be able to achieve what they want to achieve. It should be part of your offer, right? So craft an irresistible offer. And finally, before you start writing your copy, decide for yourself which copywriting formula you're going to use. Decide for yourself which copywriting formula you're going to use. So overall, I'd like to see you dish out something amazing, and you're already in the group, so you can always drop what you've written. I could look at it and tell you where you could work on. All right, cheers, guys, and it's been an amazing moment with you. I'm sure you've enjoyed this this training. If you have any questions of whatsoever, you could always come back to the community, drop your questions, and we'll look at it and talk about it. All right, it's time to peace out. Nice, guys.